Love is a feeling of deep affection, warmth, and emotional closeness between one individual and another. It manifests itself in the desire to be close to someone, support them, and share their joys and challenges. In the underwater world, love is also an integral part of life, but different races have their own unique ways of expressing it and choosing a life partner. The methods of courtship vary and depend on the level of development of a particular species. Sea serpents do not have any special ways of courting, as their society is quite primitive, and somewhat resembles a lion pride, but on the contrary. The matriarch has no restrictions in choosing a partner, although the strongest and most agile males are still in priority. The decisive priority of physical skills over personal skills is actually common among many underwater races, such as the Capricorn, who, like the mountain sheep, engage in ritualized battles during the mating season, where males compete for the attention of their girlfriends. Moreover, they have rule battles. If a male loses to a rival, his wife has the right to leave him and join the victor. For leviathans, strength in a relationship also matters, but not only for males, but also for females. If two female and male leviathans are in love with each other and intend to start a family, they both fight in battle with their future partner's relatives to demonstrate their strength and prove the seriousness of their intentions. Otherwise, the marriage will not be approved. For Charybdis, things are even more extreme, as the females of this interesting species are several times larger than the males, forcing the males to engage in gladiator-like battles to attract the attention of the opposite sex. However, their family happiness is short-lived, as the female consumes the male after their first mating night. The situation with the Ikutursos is much more peaceful when it comes to choosing a mate. Males of this species have horns, but they are not used for fighting, but rather for display. The size of the horns depends on the age of the male, and the older the male, the larger the horns, which makes him more attractive to females of the same species. However, they do not have strong family ties, as their family union dissolves after their child grows up. But with the Umibozu, it's different, as this race is quite open and straightforward. If a male and a female are in love, they simply express their feelings to each other, and their marriage is considered valid until their death. However, family ties do not always imply monogamy. For example, mermaids typically have polygamous marriages due to a critical shortage of mermens. But mermens do not make the decision about who becomes their wife, as it is a privilege reserved for their mother and older wives. Despite this, mermaids have a tradition of hosting grand weddings with the participation of the newlyweds' relatives. Hydras also have a tradition of large-scale wedding ceremonies, where the newlyweds perform a complex ritual dance. According to the beliefs of this race, if the dance goes smoothly, the marriage will be a happy one. At the same time, many people note that Hydra's marriages are often the longest lasting, and even after the death of one spouse due to illness or other unnatural causes, their partner will not remarry. Similar loyalty in relationships can also be seen in the Krakens. If a Kraken falls in love with someone, it is for life. They are also exemplary family members. The couple takes care of their offspring together, and there is no specific gender division. Each family member helps as much as they can, and in return, they receive unconditional love and support. In general, as you can see, different races have completely different ideas about how to find a partner, which are based on different factors, and it doesn't matter how their relationship will continue further. They will create a strong, close-knit family like the Krakens or Hydras. Their union will be though fruitful, but not always happy, like the mermaids or Ikuturso. Well, or the wife will eat her husband in the first 24 hours, like the Charybdis. In conclusion, I would like to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day and all the best for you and your loved ones. Peace be with you and all those you love.